हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। काफ़ी रिक्वेस्ट आई है इस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम की विच इज़ फ्रॉम जेई एडवांस्ड 2016 एंड द मोस्ट डिफ़िकल्ट क्वेश्चन इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ आईआईटी जेई। अभी तक की हिस्ट्री में अगर आप डिफ़िकल्ट क्वेश्चंस का अगर लिस्ट बनाते हो तो आई थिंक ये क्वेश्चन उस लिस्ट में टॉप प्लेस पर होना चाहिए स्टूडेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। And JEE Advanced 2016, the whole paper was difficult. I mean, each and every question was difficult. बट ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही डिफ़िकल्ट क्वेश्चन था, है ना। और क्वेश्चन आई होप जिनको भी JEE 2020 में अपीयर होना है या JEE 2021 में अपीयर होना है और जो थोड़े सीरियस कैंडिडेट्स हैं वो ऑब्वियसली इस क्वेश्चन को एक न एक बार रीड कर चुके होंगे एंड मे बी इसका डिफरेंट टाइप का सोल्यूशंस भी आप कहीं ना कहीं देख चुके होंगे। मतलब आइदर इन बुक्स और इन सम अदर वीडियोज़ आपने इनके इस क्वेश्चन का सोल्यूशन ज़रूर देखा होगा। इसके बाद भी स्टूडेंट्स का ये कहना है कि सर ये हमें क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है। तो चलिए आज कोशिश करते हैं इस क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए। आई मीन सिंपल तरीके से इस क्वेश्चन को हम किस तरीके से सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। सो जो क्वेश्चन है उसके अंदर जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो कि ये जो दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, आई मीन क्वेश्चन रीड कर सकते हैं आप खुद से। जेई एडवांस 2016 आईआईटी जेई के ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट पर भी ये पेपर अपलोडेड है, सो आप वहाँ से भी देख सकते हो। एंड मासेस ऑफ डिस्क वर गिवन m एंड 4m, ये मासेस भी दे रखे थे इस क्वेश्चन में, जो मैं इनिशियली यहाँ पर लिखना थोड़ा सा मिस कर गया था। सो इट्स लाइक देयर आर टू सर्कुलर डिस्क, one is of radius a and other is of radius 2a, has mass m and 2m, m and 4m, sorry. So ये disk number 1 and disk number 2 and they are connected by this rod. They are connected by this massless rod which has a length of L and this distance from point O is also equals to L. This L is given in the problem as root of 24a, that is for the calculation purpose. And as you can see in the problem, as you can see in this figure, that the whole system, this assembly of two discs and this rod, this whole system is rotating about this axis with angular speed omega. And this omega is also given in this problem. This is given that the system is rotating about this dotted axis. This is rotating about this axis with angular speed omega. And the system is also rolling on this surface. It is not only rotating, but it is also rolling. The system is now rolling, and here you can see that it is set rolling, which means along with this rotation about the axis, there is one more angular speed. If I look for the center of mass of the system, this mass m and this 4m, they are separated by distance L. Center of mass of this little mass m will be at this point, let's say point number 1. Center of mass of this bigger mass 4m is at point number 2. And where is the center of mass of the entire assembly? This mass m should be at point number 1, this mass 4m should be at point number 2. So where is the center of mass of the combination of these two masses? So well, I know that center of mass for two masses is always closer to the heavier mass. So if it is m mass, it is a 4m mass, center of mass must be near to this 4m mass. And you can easily calculate the location of center of mass by the formula like m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. So I'm not going to use that relation for you, that how to find the center of mass of two particles. So particle 1 which has mass m, particle 2 which has mass 4m, and the separation between the particles 1 and 2 is L, and therefore the center of mass can be obtained as its distance, the distance of the center of mass from the particle number 2. This distance you can easily find out and say this distance is, suppose that not suppose that, it is actually equals to L divided by 5. We can check. And the center of mass from the particle number 1 will be at a distance of 4L over 5. Right? So now, location of center of mass is known to us. Location of center of mass is now known. Now the next question. Next point, which is very important point. How does the center of mass move? How does the center of mass of the system move? And if you check, this point O is a fixed point which is on the ground. Point O is fixed to the ground. Center of mass has a fixed distance. Center of mass has a fixed distance from this point O. And you can find that distance also, that what is the distance of center of mass from point O? It is this distance, which is L, plus further it is 4L by 5, which means this center of mass from point O, the center of mass from point O is at a total distance of 9L over 5. This is. And the trajectory of the center of mass should be like this. Notice that the whole system is spinning about the center of mass axis. The system is spinning, it spins about this axis with angular speed omega, as well as this center of mass is moving in a circular path relative to this point O. And why the center of mass is moving in a circular path relative to this point O is because the distance of center of mass from this fixed point O will always remain constant. And if you have a particle moving in such a way, if you have a particle which is moving in such a way that its distance from a fixed point always remains constant, I know that locus of all such points is a circle. And for that reason, the trajectory of this center of mass will be a circle relative to point O, because the distance of center of mass from point O will not change. And if this distance will not change, it is obvious that center of mass is moving on a circle. And if I notice the directions of omega, notice that omega of spin, this spinning velocity, angular speed corresponding to the spin. If I use right hand curling method, this is omega. And we all know that omega is always along axis of spin. So this line is the axis of spin. This line is axis of the spin. So this omega must be along this line, either towards right side or towards left side. To confirm this, you curl your right hand fingers according to this omega. So if I curl my right hand as per this omega, I get my thumb in this direction. And therefore this is our direction of omega spin. This is my direction of spin angular velocity. This is the direction of omega. At the same time, this center of mass is moving relative to this point O. Now listen very carefully. How does center of mass move relative to point O? Should be like a circle. It should be a circular path, and it is like this. Notice that this circle is at some angle with the horizontal surface. This circle, the plane of this circle is at some angle with the horizontal surface. Point O is at the center of circle. Center of mass is on the circumference of the circle, and the distance of center of mass from point O is the radius of this circle. So our center of mass will be moving like this, and if the center of mass is moving like this, the angular velocity corresponding to this circular path, is again as per the right hand rule. If it is moving like this, then the angular velocity will be along the axis of this circle in this direction. So this is our second angular velocity, which is for revolution of the center of mass about point O. Let's denote it omega 1 vector. Let's call it omega 1. यहाँ तक का पॉइंट आपको बहुत ध्यान से समझना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज दिस इज द आर्ग्यूमेंट पार्ट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन, एनालिसिस पार्ट है। इसके बाद हम क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट करेंगे, बट नाउ बिफोर दैट you need to confirm two things, that this distance 9l/5 is for the center of mass and direction of the omega 1 vector. These two are the very essential part of the question. If you are clear with the directions, then only you can proceed for the options A, B, C, D. And if you are not clear with the options, then I am sorry to say that we need to first learn about the direction of angular speed, angular velocity, and then come back to understand this question. राइट, सो आप इस डायग्राम को यहाँ देख लो, बिकॉज मैं इस पेज को अब टर्न करूँगा तो मुझे डायग्राम, उस पेज पे मेरे पास डायग्राम नहीं होगा। बट एक चीज़ यहाँ पर इस डायग्राम के अंदर मैं आपसे समझाना चाहूँगा, इन दिस डायग्राम एक चीज़ बिल्कुल क्लियर है, वो हम यहीं पर कैलकुलेट कर लें दैट ये जो लाइन है जो ओ को सेंटर ऑफ मास से कनेक्ट कर रहा है, लाइन कनेक्टिंग सेंटर ऑफ मास फ्रॉम ओ, लेट्स से दैट लाइन इज एट एंगल थीटा। ये क्वेश्चन बेटर तरीके से आपको तब समझ में आएगा जब आप इस वीडियो को देखने के साथ साथ अपना पेन पेपर भी यूज़ करें, और जो यहाँ पर कहा जा रहा है वो अपने पेन पेपर के साथ आप लिखते जाएं। एंड इफ दिस एंगल इज थीटा, यू कैन प्रूव दैट दिस एंगल इज ऑल्सो थीटा। यू कैन प्रूव दिस बिकॉज दिस लाइन इज द एक्सिस ऑफ सर्कल, एंड वी कैन फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस थीटा ऑल्सो। वी कैन फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन थीटा और कॉस थीटा एंड वॉट एवर, बिकॉज दिस लाइन this is a right angle, this triangle O center of mass, and say this is some point P. So O center of mass and P, this is a right angle. I can draw it here. I can draw this triangle. This one is 90, this is angle theta, this is center of mass, and this is point O. Right, and even if I choose another point, this one, I can choose this point also, this point, I can choose this point which is of radius A, ठीक है, and this is center number 1. So better take the point at center number 1, take this as point 1, point O, point 1, and this point which is at the bottom of circular disc, से इसको हम A point नाम दे रहे। So O सेंटर ऑफ दिस सर्किल एंड दिस पॉइंट ए, इन तीनों को अगर आप मिलाते हो तो ये एक राइट एंगल बन रहा है, जहाँ पॉइंट 1 पर आपको 90 डिग्री एंगल बन रहा है। एंड पॉइंट 1 का पॉइंट ए से जो डिस्टेंस है वो उसका रेडियस स्मॉल ए है, और ये जो डिस्टेंस है दिया हुआ है क्वेश्चन में कि ये एल है, और ये एल रूट ऑफ 24a गिवन है। और अगर ये एल रूट ऑफ 24a गिवन है तो आप पाइथागोरस थ्योरम से ये लेंथ निकाल सकते हो, ओ टू ए की जो लेंथ होगी, because this is root of 24a, square root of 24a, and this is a. So by Pythagoras theorem I can check this value as 5a, and then sine of theta will be a divided by 5a, which is 1 by 5, and cos of theta will be l divided by 5a. So we can find the value of sine theta and cos theta, and I am writing here that sine theta in this figure will be 1 over 5, and the cos theta from the same figure will be this L divided by 5a, and L is root of 24a. So cos theta will be square root of 24 divided by 5. So now we have done. Now we are done with the initial part. Now moving to the options A, B, C, D, whether they are correct or not. Moving to the options. Option number 1. Okay. And now before that, moving to the option, one last point, sorry. That last point is, in rotational mechanics, we all know that you can find the velocity of any point, right? In this figure, if you check this figure, point number A relative to the point number O, मैं आपको फिर से एक डायग्राम दिखा देता हूँ। मैं दोबारा इस डायग्राम को ट्राई करता हूँ आपके लिए बनाने के लिए। सो यहाँ पर वो सरफेस है, यहाँ पर मेरे पास वो स्मॉल डिस्क था, एंड देन वी हैव सम बिगर डिस्क लाइक सो। दिस वाज पॉइंट O, like this. It was z axis in the upward direction. Let's say this is positive x direction, and I am talking about this point A. There are two angular speeds, one is this one, and direction of that angular speed was along this omega. There was one more angular velocity, and that one more angular velocity was at some angle theta, what, omega 1. And notice that these two angular velocities are perpendicular to each other. Now, point number A, it has a position relative to point O. Let's say this R is the position of point A. This vector R is position of point A relative to the point O, and you can write this position R as this length. ये 90 था, प्रीवियस फिगर में यहाँ पर एंगल थीटा था, तो दिस लेंथ और ये लेंथ हमारे लिए L थी, तो ये जो लेंथ होगी विच इज़ R है ना, दैट वाज 5A, आई थिंक इट वाज 5A. So this is 5A and along x-axis, so it should be I cap. And now if I find the velocity of point A, using the vector result which is omega cross R, if you want to find velocity of point A relative to O, you need a position vector of A relative to the O. And this angular velocity must also be about the axis which passes through point O, angular velocity. And notice these two axes are passing through point number O. So we have angular velocity relative to the axes which are passing through point O. We have the position of point A relative to point O. So if I use these results, omega, notice that omega, this omega is about O. So this omega will be resultant of these two vectors. And using the component form, if you resolve this first omega, this was theta, ये theta हो गया. So if I resolve the omega vector, I get minus omega cos theta I cap minus omega sin theta k cap. Plus there is one more angular velocity omega 1, and if I resolve omega 1, then I get omega 1 cos theta k cap and minus omega 1 sin theta I cap. This is omega, and cross this position vector is 5A I cap. But notice that this velocity has to be zero value. Since it is a pure rolling condition, rolling without slipping है, and the necessary condition for pure rolling is point A must have zero speed. And if I solve this, if I use the cross products and if I solve this value, I can solve this value for you, and if you solve this value, you will get the value of omega 1. You will definitely get the value of omega 1. And that omega 1, after solving this equation, is like, and putting the value of cos theta and sin theta and so on. So after calculation, you get value of omega 1 as omega divided by root of 24. You can check the calculation part. And now option number A. Option number A, which says that the center of mass of assembly rotates about the z-axis with angular speed omega by 5. Notice that the center of mass is rotating about this axis, and this is not z-axis. Your center of mass is not rotating about z-axis. It is moving in a circular path and rotating about this axis, which makes theta angle with the z-axis. So option A, which says that the center of mass of assembly rotates about z-axis, इसका मतलब ये हुआ, you have to find the component of omega 1 along z-axis, because center of mass इस लाइन के about घूम रहा है अगर, and question is what is the angular velocity about z-axis, so it is like finding the component of omega 1 along that z-axis, and that is omega 1 cos theta. So now option number A, omega 1 cos theta. Omega 1 cos theta is omega by root 24, and cos theta was previously calculated as root 24 divided by 5, and now you get the value omega upon 5. and therefore option A was correct in this problem. Next, the magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about point O. Magnitude of angular momentum of center of mass of the assembly about point O. Be careful. Center of mass is in a circular path. Center of mass is in a circular path relative to the point O. And since center of mass is in a circular path relative to the point O, the angular momentum must be equal to, recall that when a particle is moving in a circle, then its angular momentum relative to the center of circle is m square of the radius and the angular speed of circular motion. This is the result formula. Center of mass is moving in a circle relative to point O, and O is the center of circle. For that reason, the angular momentum of center of mass relative to point O must have a magnitude. Now, we have a total mass of 5m at the center of mass. We have a total mass 5m at the center of mass. Then the radius square. The center of mass is moving in a circle whose radius is 9l by 5. So here you will put 9l by 5 square, and the omega should be of that circular motion, omega corresponding to this circle, and omega corresponding to this circle is omega 1, and that omega 1 is omega divided by root 24. And notice this L equals to, यहाँ पर आपको देखना पड़ेगा ये जो L है, this L is actually given as square root of 24a. And if you calculate this by substituting the value of L, if you calculate this term, put the value of L here, and you will get some answer. And the answer which you will get is like the answer which you will get is like 81 over 5 square root 24 m omega square a, and that is not the value given in the option. The value given in the option is 81 m a square omega, but the actual answer is root 24 and 5 are the additional factors, and for that reason option B is now incorrect in this question. Now the third part, which is the magnitude of angular momentum of assembly. Magnitude of angular momentum of assembly about its center of mass. So assembly about the center of mass. Learn this point. ये जो पूरा assembly है ये अपने center of mass के about किस तरीके से move कर रहा है. And this whole assembly about its own center of mass is spinning with the angular speed omega about this axis, and this axis is perpendicular to the plane of bigger disk and perpendicular to the plane of smaller disk. So assembly about the center of mass is spinning with omega, and for any spin about the center of mass, whenever any system spins about the center of mass, when any system spin about the center of mass, then that spin angular momentum can be obtained as I about the axis of spin and multiplied by omega. We have discussed this concept in our theory classes, that how to find the spin angular momentum about center of mass. And that is I for the axis of spin times omega, and this is omega, which is omega of spin. So what is the I about the axis of spin? I have to again turn the page. I about this axis of spin will be the moment of inertia of this disk and the moment of inertia of smaller disk. So to find the moment of inertia about the axis of spin, you need to find moment of inertia of bigger and smaller both disk, and then you have to multiply by this omega. And moment of inertia of the bigger disk will be that mass 4m, radius 2a square divided by 2, mr square by 2. For the smaller disk, it should be m a square by 2, and then outside is the omega. And if you calculate it, it comes as 17 by 2 m a square omega. And if it is 17 by 2, then option C is correct. And now the last part. The magnitude of z component of the angular momentum is, and this L is defined in the body of problem. This L is defined in the problem. It is defined here that this L is the angular momentum of entire assembly relative to this point O. So first you need to find the value of L, and then you need to check whether Z component comes equals to 55 m a square omega or not. So let me first calculate the angular momentum about point O, and then I will see if this option is correct or incorrect. Now, sorry, there was a mistake in the previous example, option B. I think there was a mistake. It should be a square. A square. Sorry for that. And here it should be omega. So by mistake, the powers were interchanged. You can rectify that. Now, what is the theory to find angular momentum of any rigid body? If I know that angular momentum of any rigid body relative to point O in a general motion, that means when it is spinning, rolling and all, we know that this is given by angular momentum of that body relative to the center of mass of the system and plus the angular momentum of center of mass relative to the point O. We all know this. And we have calculated both terms separately. Angular momentum of the body about center of mass, we have just found it. Angular momentum of the body about center of mass is called as spin angular momentum. And we have, in option C, we found it, this one, 17 by 2 m a square omega. But it is a vector quantity, and this vector will be in this direction. This spin angular momentum will be along this omega. This is L of spin. So you need to resolve this L vector, and it will be cos theta along minus I cap and sin theta along negative direction of z axis. So it is now minus cos theta I and then minus sin theta k. Now the second term, which is the angular momentum of center of mass about O, second term. Now I will write this second term plus angular momentum of center of mass about O. क्या होगा? So this center of mass is revolving about O. So its angular momentum relative to point O must be along omega 1. That is, this is the direction of angular momentum of center of mass relative to point O, parallel to this omega 1. And if it is parallel to the omega 1, then it will be resolved as cos theta along k cap and sin theta along minus I cap. And the value for this angular momentum, which is center of mass relative to the point O, was calculated in option B. Which was 81 by 5 root 24 m omega a square. So this is the magnitude part in this direction, and the component form cos theta and sin theta. So now I will write this value, 81 by 5 square root of 24 m a square omega, and the component is cos theta k cap and minus sin theta I cap. Now you have to substitute the value of cos theta and sin theta, and the value of sin theta was 1 by 5 and the cos theta is root 24 by 5. You have to substitute these two values, and now you have to find the component which is along z-axis. And the component along z-axis in this expression is this one which is along with k cap, and this one which is along with k cap. So its z component, if you find the z component value, then it is 17 by 2 ma square omega. Here it is minus sin theta k cap के along, and plus 81 by 5 root of 24 ma square omega, and then it is cos theta. And if you put the values of sin theta and cos theta, then the answer do not match with this 55. Actually it comes somewhere around 76 point something. So somewhere around 76 the answer will be 76 ma square omega, and for that reason this D option is now incorrect. So the correct options are A and C. Now you can see that for me as a teacher it took around 30 minutes to explain. For you as a student and during examination time, it's really a very tough problem. It's really a very tough problem, and I pray to God that you never find such kind of problem in your examination paper. And unfortunately, because of your bad works, if you find such problem in your examination, then I request skip this problem, because it will take around 30 minutes, and against those 30 minutes you will get just 5 marks or 4 marks. So it's not advisable that for 4 to 5 marks in the examination you should spend 30 minutes on a particular question. Try to skip this question if such questions appear in your examination paper. That's my advice. So watch this video again and again and learn the concept. And if someone has any difficulty with the theory of angular momentum, if someone wants to learn the theory of angular momentum, just write in the comment box and I will make a separate video for angular momentum of rigid bodies. Thank you.